Let me ask you something. When was the last time you gave yourself permission to dream big? I'm talking about the kind of dream that excites you, scares you, and stretches you beyond anything you've ever imagined. Most people shrink their dreams to match their current circumstances. But that's not you. You were built for more. You were born with potential that is limitless. The only thing standing between you and that dream is the story you keep telling yourself about why you can't have it. See, a big dream isn't just about what you can achieve. It's about who you must become in the process. It's about the sacrifices, the discipline, the hunger to keep pushing forward when everything in you wants to quit. Because let me tell you something, life is not going to hand you your dream on a silver platter. You have to fight for it. You have to want it so badly that no excuse, no obstacle, no setback can stop you. And here's the truth. The bigger the dream, the bigger the challenge. The bigger the challenge, the stronger you must become. But here's the best part. Every time you step up, every time you push through, every time you refuse to give up, you're rewiring your mind for success. You're creating a new standard for yourself. So stop playing small. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop doubting your own power. It's time to own your dream. It's time to claim your future. It's time to wake up every single day and take massive action until your dream becomes your reality. And when you do that, when you commit at a level most people won't, you won't just have a big dream. You'll be living it. Give yourself permission to dream big. Stop playing small. You were meant for more. Somewhere along the way, you were taught to be realistic, to fit inside the box, to lower your expectations so you wouldn't be disappointed. But let me tell you something. Every great achievement in history started with someone who refused to accept limits. The people who change the world, the ones who break records, the ones who build empires, none of them played it safe. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't ask if their dream was too big. They decided, they committed. And they acted. Because the truth is, your dream is not too big. Your belief in yourself is too small. You weren't given this dream by accident. It was placed inside you because you are the one meant to bring it to life. But as long as you keep doubting yourself, as long as you keep making excuses, as long as you let fear dictate your actions, you will stay stuck where you are. You will watch others live the life you wish you had, and deep down you will know you were meant for more. So no more playing small, no more shrinking to make others comfortable, no more pretending you don't want it. You want it, you feel it in your bones, and that means it's time to go after it. It's time to bet on yourself. It's time to stand up, step forward, and claim the life you were born to live, because the only permission you ever needed was your own. Your story shapes your reality. If you believe you can't, you won't. If you believe you're not good enough, not smart enough, not capable enough, your life will reflect that belief because your mind is always listening. Every thought you repeat, every doubt you entertain, every excuse you hold on to, it's programming your future. And if that program is built on fear, limitation, and self-doubt, your life will never move beyond those walls. But here's the truth. The story you tell yourself is a choice. You weren't born doubting yourself. You weren't born believing you had limits. Somewhere along the way, you picked up that story. Maybe someone told you that you weren't talented enough. Maybe you failed once, and instead of trying again, you told yourself, this isn't for me. Maybe life knocked you down so many times that you started believing staying down was easier. But that story is a lie. Because you are more than your past. You are more than your failures. You are more than the limits other people try to put on you. And the second you decide to change that story, your entire life will change with it. Instead of saying, I can't, start saying, I will. Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, start saying, I am more than enough. Instead of saying, it's too hard, start saying, I was built for this. Because the moment you change the way you speak to yourself, you change the way you show up in the world. You start seeing opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You start pushing through challenges instead of backing down. You start believing in yourself, and when you believe in yourself, you become unstoppable. It won't be easy. Years of negative programming won't disappear overnight, but every single day you have a choice to keep telling the same old story that keeps you stuck, or a choice to write a new one where you are strong, one where you are capable, one where you take control of your destiny and refuse to let anything hold you back. Because your life is nothing more than the story you tell yourself. And if you want a better life, it starts with a better story. A big dream requires a big you. You can't just want success. You have to become the person who can handle success. Because the truth is, if your dream is massive, if your vision is life-changing, then you can't stay the same and expect to reach it. The version of you today is not the version of you that will achieve that dream. That version is stronger. That version is more disciplined. That version makes decisions based on the future, not based on fear. And to become that version, you have to grow. You have to push yourself. You have to be willing to do the things most people won't. Because most people say they want success. Most people say they want to live their dream. But when it comes time to put in the work, to sacrifice, to stay disciplined, they back down. They cling to their old habits. They refuse to change, but they expect their results to change. It doesn't work that way. If you want something bigger, you have to become bigger. You have to train your mind. You have to develop the skills, the habits, the discipline required to carry the weight of success. Because success is heavy. It comes with responsibility. It demands consistency. And if you're not prepared for it, it will crush you. That's why so many people never reach their full potential. They dream big, but stay small. They want the rewards, but refuse to become the person who earns them. But that's not going to be you. You are going to rise. You are going to commit. You are going to push yourself beyond your limits because you know that every challenge, every setback, every difficult moment is shaping you into the person you need to be. And one day you'll look back and realize that dream wasn't just about what you wanted. It was about who you had to become to get there. And that person is unstoppable. Obstacles are inevitable. The moment you set a big goal, the moment you commit to something greater, life will test you, it will push you, it will throw roadblocks in your way, not to stop you, but to see how bad you really want it. Because the size of your dream determines the size of your challenges. If you set a small goal, you'll face small obstacles. If you aim for something massive, something life-changing, expect to be met with resistance. That resistance isn't there to break you. It's there to shape you, to strengthen you, to prepare you for the next level. Most people see obstacles as signs to stop. They hit a wall and they turn back. They convince themselves it wasn't meant to be. But that's not how success works. The ones who make it, the ones who reach their dreams, don't see obstacles as reasons to quit. They see them as opportunities to grow. Every challenge you face is a chance to get better. Every setback is a lesson in disguise. Every failure is feedback, showing you what needs to improve. So when the obstacles come, and they will, don't complain. Don't ask, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this teaching me? Ask, how can I use this to become stronger? Because if you back down, if you fold under pressure, you're telling the world you weren't ready for that dream in the first place. But if you push through, if you keep going when it's hard, when it's painful, when every part of you wants to quit, that's when you prove you deserve it. That's when you grow into the person capable of holding that dream in your hands. Because dreams aren't given, they are earned. And you earn them by overcoming everything that stands in your way. Massive action creates momentum. Dreams don't come true by wishing. You can sit and visualize, you can write your goals down, you can talk about what you're going to do, but until you take action, nothing happens. You don't get stronger by thinking about the gym. You don't build a business by hoping for success. You don't change your life by waiting for the perfect moment. You change your life by moving, by doing, by stepping forward every single day, even when you don't feel like it, because action creates momentum, and momentum is the force that turns dreams into reality. Most people fail because they wait. They wait for motivation. They wait for the fear to go away. They wait for the perfect plan. But waiting kills dreams, because the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to start. And the harder it becomes to start, the more excuses you make. That's why the most successful people don't wait. They act. They take the first step, even when they don't have it all figured out. They keep moving, even when they're unsure, because they know that action builds confidence. Action builds clarity. Action builds momentum. And once you have momentum, you become unstoppable. So stop waiting. Stop second guessing. Stop overthinking every little detail. Just move. Do something today that gets you closer to your goal. And then do something tomorrow, and the next day, and the next. Because the more you do, the easier it becomes. The more you push, the stronger you get. The more consistent you are, the faster you see results. One small step leads to another. One decision leads to the next. And before you know it, you've created a force so powerful that nothing can stand in your way. That's how dreams come true. Not by wishing, not by hoping, but by acting. Your mindset is everything. The way you think determines the way you live. Your brain is powerful, but it will only work in the direction you train it to go. If you see obstacles as problems, they will feel like roadblocks. If you see setbacks as failures, they will stop you in your tracks. But if you rewire your mind to see challenges as opportunities, everything changes. Because challenges aren't here to break you. They're here to build you, to strengthen you, to prepare you for the next level. The problem isn't the challenge itself. The problem is the way you look at it. Most people see struggle as something to avoid. They want the easy path, the shortcut, the quick win. But that's not how greatness is built. Every successful person, every champion, every leader you admire got there by facing resistance and pushing through. They didn't run from struggle, they leaned into it. Because they understood that growth comes from discomfort, that transformation happens in the hard moments, that success is not given to those who avoid challenges, it is earned by those who overcome them. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your biggest enemy. It will either push you forward or hold you back. It will either tell you I can or convince you I can't. And the only difference between the two is the story you choose to believe. So choose to see opportunity where others see failure. Choose to find strength where others find excuses. Choose to focus on what's possible instead of what's difficult. Because when you shift your mindset, you shift your life. When you stop seeing obstacles as problems and start seeing them as stepping stones, you move forward faster. You take control. You refuse to be a victim of circumstances and instead become the master of your future. It's not about avoiding challenges. It's about training your mind to handle them differently, to see them as gifts, to see them as proof that you're growing, to see them as the very thing that will shape you into the person you were meant to become. Because life isn't happening to you. It's happening for you. And once you understand that, nothing can stop you. Success is a standard, not an accident. It doesn't happen by luck. It doesn't happen by chance. It happens because someone decided they wouldn't settle for anything less. It happens because someone set a new standard for themselves and refused to lower it. Look around at the people who are winning, the ones who are breaking records, the ones who are dominating their industry, the ones who are living the life you want. They didn't get there by accident. They got there because they raised their standards. They refused to accept mediocrity. They refused to make excuses. They refused to let laziness, fear, or self-doubt define their future. They set the bar higher and demanded more from themselves every single day. And that's exactly what you need to do. You need to decide that average is no longer acceptable, that showing up halfway is not an option, that excuses have no place in your life. Because the truth is, your life right now is a reflection of your standards. If you're struggling financially, look at your standards around money. If your health is not where you want it to be, look at your standards around fitness and nutrition. If your relationships aren't thriving, look at the standards you have for how you communicate, how you show up, how you invest in the people around you. Your standards dictate your results. If you expect little from yourself, you will get little in return. But if you expect more, if you demand more, you will rise to that level. So what is the new standard you need to set? What excuses do you need to eliminate? What areas of your life need to be raised to a higher level? Because success is not reserved for the lucky. It's reserved for those who are willing to hold themselves to a higher standard and never lower it, no matter what. Not when it gets hard, not when life throws challenges in your way, not when people doubt you. You set the bar and then you rise to meet it every single day. The perfect moment will never come. Stop waiting, start now. How many times have you told yourself, I'll do it when the time is right? How many times have you convinced yourself that you need to wait for the perfect conditions, the perfect plan, the perfect opportunity? But deep down, you know the truth. That moment will never come. There will always be a reason to wait. There will always be a reason to hesitate. There will always be an excuse if you look for one. But success doesn't wait for the perfect moment. Success happens when you decide that now is the time. That no matter how unprepared you feel, no matter how uncertain the path may be, you are going to take action anyway, because action is what creates opportunity. Action is what builds confidence. Action is what turns a dream into reality. Most people never start because they're afraid they're not ready, afraid they'll fail, afraid of what other people will think. But the ones who succeed, they start before they're ready. They jump in even when they don't have all the answers. They move forward even when they're scared. Because they know that waiting won't make them any more prepared, that hesitation only leads to regret, that every day spent waiting is a day wasted. So stop waiting for everything to be perfect. Stop waiting for fear to disappear. Stop waiting for someone to give you permission. The only permission you need is your own, and the only moment you have is right now. So take the first step. Make the call. send the email, start the workout, write the first page, do something, anything that moves you forward. Because once you take that first step, the next one becomes easier. And before you know it, you'll be looking back, wondering why you ever waited in the first place. Commit at a level most won't. The difference between winners and dreamers is relentless execution. Everybody has dreams. Everybody has ideas, goals, and things they say they want. But most people never follow through. Most people never commit at the level required to turn those dreams into reality, because commitment isn't just saying, I want this. Commitment is proving it with your actions. It's waking up early when everyone else is still sleeping. It's putting in the work long after the excitement fades. It's pushing forward even when you feel like quitting. Most people don't do that. Most people stop when it gets hard. They stop when they don't see results right away. They stop when it's inconvenient, when they're tired, when no one is watching. But winners, they don't stop. They don't back down. They don't let circumstances dictate their level of effort. They show up every single day, no matter what, because they understand something most people don't. Success isn't about talent. It's not about luck. It's about who is willing to go further, work harder, and stay consistent longer than everyone else. It's about execution. Not once in a while, not only when you feel like it, every single day. When you commit at that level, you separate yourself from the pack. You stop competing with the average and start playing at a different level. A level where excuses don't exist, a level where discipline wins over motivation, a level where success becomes inevitable, not because you wished for it, but because you worked for it. So ask yourself, are you willing to do what most won't? Are you willing to commit so fully that quitting is never an option? Because that's the price of success. And only those who are willing to pay it will ever know what it feels like to win. Live your dream, don't chase it. Too many people spend their whole lives chasing success, chasing happiness, chasing a future that always seems just out of reach. But chasing is not the same as living. Chasing keeps your dreams in the distance. Living means stepping into them right now. You can't just wait for some magical day when everything lines up perfectly. You can't keep telling yourself, one day I'll have the life I want. Because one day never comes unless you make it happen. You have to act like the person who already has that dream. You have to think like them, work like them, move like them. Because if you stay committed, if you refuse to quit, if you keep showing up, one day you won't just be dreaming it, you'll be living it. But most people never get there. Most people stop at the first sign of struggle. They let doubt creep in. They listen to the voices telling them it's impossible. They settle for a life that's comfortable instead of pushing for the life they truly want. That's not going to be you. You are going to break through. You are going to keep going when others stop. You are going to step into your dream with the confidence of someone who knows it already belongs to them. Because here's the truth. The only difference between the ones who live their dreams and the ones who don't is commitment. Not luck, not talent, not connections, commitment. The unshakable decision that no matter what happens, you will not stop. The mindset that says, this is mine, and I refuse to accept anything less. And when you think like that, when you move like that, when you commit at that level, your dream stops being a possibility and starts becoming your reality. So don't just chase your dream. Step into it. Act like the person who already has it. Move with the confidence of someone who knows it's only a matter of time. Because when you refuse to quit, when you commit fully, when you show up every single day with relentless focus, that's when everything changes. That's when the dream stops being something you hope for and starts being something you own. And one day, you'll look around and realize you're not chasing it anymore, you're living it.